Good afternoon, lovely people. I hope you are excited for episode 5 of Danganronpa. So when we last left off on episode 4, if you didn't see that episode, or if you don't remember, Monokuma had just initiated a new form of motivation to get people to kill each other. And this one was to reveal everyone's most embarrassing secrets. So our character, Makoto, his was that he wet his bed until 5th grade. And it seemed as though everybody had agreed that while they were embarrassing, it wasn't worth killing over. So as a result, Monokuma said that if they didn't, if that wasn't motivation enough, then he'd just tell everybody their secrets the next day. I think it was the next day. And so everyone was kind of like, okay, well, I mean, it'll suck, but it is what it is. And then when we left off, we found out something had happened. Probably somebody has died. So let's go ahead and find out what happened last time. Alright, let's go ahead and get in and see if somebody died. So there was hardly any people in the cafeteria, in the dining hall, when we came to, for our morning breakfast meeting. And so we're not sure who may have died or what may have happened. So, let's see. Yep. The knife Sayaka took is still gone. We're just kind of looking for coins right now. I don't remember if they told us where we needed to go. Maybe the gymnasium. That seems to always be where everyone has to go. So far, this is all just the same old, same old. Alright, let's go ahead and exit out of here. Yeah. Alright. There's nothing in here. Let's exit out of here. Let's go look around. Let's go talk to Hina. I knocked on all the doors, but nobody answered. Did they all go see what happened? Oh, then what about the second floor of the school? That's the one place that's new to all of us, so it seems like the natural place for... That's true, the natural place for a murder. So nobody's answering their door, so probably the murder didn't happen here, and I don't see anybody else down here. I could go into the other rooms, but let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can go to the second floor. Let's see. Alright, let's just go ahead and teleport to the second floor. Alright, we got the pool. I'm kind of leaning towards the pool as something having happened to there. That seemed mighty sus before with the giant Gatling gun there. But let's just walk around a bit, make sure nobody's hanging out over here anywhere. Alright, I think I'm just gonna take a quick peek in the different rooms just to see if anybody is around. Probably not, but let's see. Oh, it could be the library too. That was a big point of contention on the last episode because this guy wanted to hang out in the library and sent everyone else away. So Byakuya says, there's not much here of interest, don't you agree? You should go look somewhere else. Yeah. What is this? Yeah, so probably nothing of interest here. Let's go ahead and continue looking. Alright. Yeah, he didn't want us to go into the archive area, I don't know, for some reason. Probably nothing in the classroom. The baby is sleeping. Please be quiet. Alright, probably nothing in the bathrooms, but Just on the off chance. Yeah. I didn't think so. And then, so let's check out the pool, because that's where I think something sus could have happened. You can see that big old gun right there? Alright. What do we have? So, we can't go in the girls' locker room. Alright, so, the door's open, but aren't these supposed to be locked? Alright, so here's Monokuma to give us an update, I'm sure.
For this investigation, I have unlocked the doors. Please look around to your heart's content.
I wonder if that means we can look in the girls' room.
It's all clear now.
Alright, so just as I thought, Byakuya,
I see.
Judging from what he's just said, there can be no doubt a murder really has taken place. Come on. And the locker rooms, they're suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Why, yes, in fact, I would agree. In fact, that's why I wanted to look. Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. He was muttering, as if talking only to himself. Without waiting for a reply, he pressed his hand against the girls' locker room door, and the door swung open without a sound. Well, I guess if he's not going to get murdered by the Gatling gun, it's fine to go check it out. In that moment, time seemed to freeze. When you're right, I swear. Oh no. She was the ultimate computer programmer. I don't know how long it took for me to fully comprehend the reality of what I was looking at, but as soon as I did... a wild, almost primeval scream escaped from my mouth. Yeah, she was super nice. It's really, really sad. Chihiro was nice. Maybe too nice for this place, to be honest. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Byakuya, on the other hand...
Very strange.
Most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm, almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of a TV screen.
I see.
Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow. And something's written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust? Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity.
Interesting.
It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was really trying to say. Was it you, Byakuya? You were the one who seemed to be enjoying all these murders. And before I could even begin to clear my head...
What the heck?
Hey, I heard screaming. Did something... Chihiro! That's a new sound.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Uh-oh. Now we gotta investigate and get as much information as we can. What was that?
What?
Ah, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement? Then Chihiro really is...
Naturally.
Dead, yes. He just can't compute. Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Right. Taka bolted out of the locker room. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time at all passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Man, what is that? What is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Yeah. Shut up. Alright, so if I had to guess on the characters right now, I would guess that it was the goth girl using Hifumi as a pawn. But we'll see. Let's examine her body. For now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there on the wall. Alright. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
So...
I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. You know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nicknames did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Hello, Byakuya Togami-san. Welcome in. Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack.
What?
The real... Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko. Hina was pointing toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. It could also be her. She was kind of crazy. No, why? Yeah, she's slipping out. She passed out. She fainted. That did not sound good. To Toko. Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up.
oh,
That's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood. So she is hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count? Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? That's almost too joyful of a laugh there.
what the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well...
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Agree. No. Everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see!
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mean taking her, but could someone help me? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be alone with her either, you know. If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? She totally ignored me. That's because you're creepy. Very well. You take care of the girl and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? But hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course!
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pick. Alright. Moving along from that. Actually, I don't have any either, sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
It's the Monokuma file!
Yep. Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later!
So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way!
Do we really gotta do another investigation? It would appear so. Examining the corpse of one of our friends, having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
Oh,
I hate it too.
Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon...
What?
What? Do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Right, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space. Tell us how you really feel. A dead body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko.
Because...
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually...
I just came up with it. Okay? I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
So then...
In that case, why not limit it to one person?
Hey!
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger.
Interesting.
Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut up. Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice, I'm gonna get dropped off.
There is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation to its sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Is that okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Alright, so now we gotta investigate. First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the object with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, there's not any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Alright. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. That is groundbreaking because he wanted to work solo. So I wonder how we're going to react. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Alright, so the first thing I want to look like is this, because we got the blood on it, so it's a blunt object. What bet it's the murder object? There's a dumbbell on the floor, and there's a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Alright, so we have figured that out. What about these blood stains on the floor? There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. Alright, there's also some on the painting. The poster got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. What else can we look at? Probably nothing on these. Yeah. What about... Was I able... Okay, I wasn't able to click on that. Just the people. Let's look over here. And this one will probably say, can't think about that also. Alright. Let's look at this again. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. Alright, let's look at Chihiro. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
But we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. I definitely want to hear what Kyoko has to say. She's always pretty smart about this. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Alright, what about Sakura? Talk to my friends. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and carried her. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. That's true. She wanted to definitely get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. I bet she was intimidated. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Right. So maybe whoever she came with was the one who killed her. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger? Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did. Which, I guess, explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Alright. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. For reals. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Alright, so let's look around here. I want to check out the gun again. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. What about a flotation donut? I don't think it's related. What about these? There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. Let's look at the pad. Maybe there's like some fingerprints or something. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
did you call for me?
You call for me? No, you're not a genie. Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
What's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erratic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the locker room and only boys can go into the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means, hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to
So
get in
in
there.
other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
You're simple, but am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Yeah, it's the gender that's listed in the thing. Loading your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together, okay?
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own self. All right.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. All right. So now we're going to the main hall. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for in here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Of course it does. Alright, let's look around. Let's see if there's anything in the mailbox. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. So nobody loaned them the handbooks, they just borrowed it out of the mailbox. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. Loaning is prohibited, but borrowing is fine. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Alright, so now we know that somebody borrowed one of those handbooks. What's wrong?
Very strange.
What's strange? One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The baseball might have broken it. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Now
Hey! What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it. It wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does.
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on. Maybe it just needs to charge.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Okay, so what does he mean about that? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, acting suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? I think the answer to that is a resounding yes, given what's going on. You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Okay? Show me. What do you mean by that? Oh, okay, so is this just the same thing? Okay, so...
Don't make me repeat myself.
Oh, and I have a basis to believe that I assure you Genocide Jack is one of us. Okay, is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Is something like that really... Hey, you two. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
But
it's an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please. You gotta help me. I bet someone else just got killed.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Well, Toko did have a crush on him, so... Alright, okay. Come on, hurry! Well, wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorm rooms. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Alright, okay. Let's talk to them. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Alright? I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Uh-oh. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. Out to drive out the killer. To drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? Well, unless that's her secret that she didn't want revealed. I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Let's see. Byakuya might. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. I mean, she did like him. Huh, you're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess. You can be nice when you want to. No, he just wants to solve the mystery. Literally all he cares about, I'm sure. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're all just so annoying. Byakuya.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But...
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya? And I hurried to catch up. So many sus people in this one. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. Of course, the library. Come on, let's go in. Alright, why are you leading us through this investigation? What's this? There are no clues there. We need to check elsewhere. Okay. The letter... Nope. Well, let's look on the bookshelf. Nope. Is it in the archive? If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll make sense once you're inside. So yeah, he wouldn't let us go into the archive before, so I wonder what is in here. Whoa, there's so many books and files, and so much dust, too.
So in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Alright, what do we got? Look at that. Huh, it's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Got a coin. Alright, let's look at oh, this shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Alright, what else do we got? This box. What's in the box? What's in the box? There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smears and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Okay. What about this shelf? There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for our commoners. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. It's the Illuminati. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Alright, what about behind you? There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. So be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's
Interesting.
home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? It can't be for real,
Such
right?
ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it just goes to show you just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. Man, everyone keeps telling us we don't understand anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? Well, what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. But hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is much bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. No wonder you're so messed up. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. The second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. And of course you and your secret council. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you'll recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the
That's
victim?
right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That's right, there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Alright, what else do we got in here? I think we've explored all of that, right? Nothing over here. Yeah, okay, so I guess let's talk to him. Yeah, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Alright, so let's take a look. The Akia handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where the photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuya Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Issei, 14. They're all mostly young. Takisha Yoshida, 30. There is no end to the names. I'm not going to read all those names because I've already butchered them terribly. But it keeps saying multiple stab wounds, at least on this page. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Right. Sounds like
in other words...
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Alright.
Let's go.
We should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Oh, wait, Byakuya. Yeah, it's sounding very sus. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? All of a sudden, just like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? I was starting to wonder, my guy. Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I've uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Alright. Agreed. Alright, so let's take a look at our tooth bullets. So, yeah, okay. So, let us go back to the locker rooms. I guess that's... Yeah, the pool's right there, so I probably could have just walked, to be honest, but that's okay. Just as fast. Is anyone in here? Let's talk to Hifumi. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But I
I'm
guarantee
sure of it.
that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she
Well,
see? She
it would
refused to
seem...
tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time not there. What's it gonna be? Alright. Let's go back to the crime scene. Let's check in here. We should have Sakura. Okay, Sakura and Mondo. Do y'all have anything new to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is the same stuff. The same stuff he said before. Alright, let's maybe Kyoka, or maybe she's had some insight. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Okay, let's look at her body. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Oh, it's the extension cord. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think of it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Alright. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that is used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at that Genocide Jack case file one more time. Oh man, there's so much to do. Let's talk to Sakura one more time.
No forgiveness!
Target such a helpless human being, or helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. She really mad. Oh, wait, still more I need to check? Okay. What else do we gotta check? Well, let's look at Bloodlust again. Just like in all those other genocide Jack cases, every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. Okay. Why is her blood there? It can only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Let's look at the murder weapon again. There's a blood stain on the big dumbbell. The Monokuma file said that the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. The dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. Let's look at the poster. That's the blood-stained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. That's true. Is there anything else that I've missed? Let's see. Nope. And probably nothing on the camera. Okay, so anything else about Chihiro? Okay, so I've done that. Alright. Yeah, the thing I noticed is that these guys were all stabbed with scissors, and she was hit in the head. It's not... It's similar, but I feel like it's not exactly the same. Alright, can I go through there? Alright, let's see if we can go. Alright, now we can go. Let's check out the boys' locker room. Alright, boys' locker room. What is this? Huh, this poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boys' band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Alright. Who would that be, I wonder? Let's just take a peek down here. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? I think she was murdered in here and moved. Alright. Which means it could have been a boy that did it. Alright, just a monitor, nothing special, right? Yeah. What else do we got? The room to the pool. Alright, probably just gonna say the camera. Alright, nothing new there. And that leads to the pool, right? Oh, I'm gonna actually get to go through. Okay. Let's see, is there anything to check over here? Alright, what do we got here? Okay, what is this? Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers? Guess not. Oh, but I got a coin. Okay, anything else? What's over here? Nothing? Alright. There's literally nothing to notice over here. Okay? I think that's it. There's nothing of interest in the pool. Okay. So I think we got everything in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got everything. So now we need to go to the library again. Who would know about lockers, I wonder? Do you have anything new to say?
I feel.
Nope, same thing.
That's
But
it.
we do need
I'm
to talk
sure
to
of-
Celeste. Alright,
Well,
let's go talk.
it would.
Let's go talk to Celeste, the warehouse by the dorms. Okay, let's go talk. Okay. Well, what else do we have to discover? Well, let's check right there. The boys' locker room card reader, but the door's unlocked now, so it's kind of pointless. Anything, bunch of different pool-related items. Anything about the gun? Nothing? What about the lifesaver? No. What am I missing? Do I gotta look at the girl's keypad again? Okay. Camera? What else is there? Haven't done the monitor, but nothing new there. Okay, so I must have missed something inside of the locker rooms then. What do I need to figure out? Look at this again. This is really strange. In the boys' locker room, a popular boy band. And in the boys' locker room, a swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Well, it has blood on it, that's why. Is there any other blood stains I've missed? Well, Sakura's in here all the time. Okay, yeah, so we can talk to her. That's who it would be. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercise. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. Oh, a stain. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. It's in the boys' locker room. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with? Now we've started to uncover it. Someone murdered her in the boys' locker room and then swapped things over. Alright. Can I leave now? Let's see if I can get out of this area now. I feel like that was an important... Yeah. Okay, so that was an important clue. Now, the warehouse. Where is the warehouse? I don't know. Well, let's go down. Actually, I can look on the map and see if I can find Celeste. Alright. So this... Okay, so archive. Yeah, I gotta go back to the library. I should probably just do that now while I'm at it. Gym, dormitory. Ah, okay. So she's on the first floor. Okay. Let me go ahead and go back to the library because I think she was strung up with that extension cord. So let's go check this out. Alright. Can I say anything about the lamp? Can I look at the lamp? Oh, this is the... I accidentally clicked the... What about the lamp? Can I look at the lamp? Nope, it's just gonna keep looking at the shelves. I should be able to click the lamp. Let me see. Nope. Oh well. So, it does not want me to do anything else besides that. Let's go back to the archive. And let's look at that box again. Because I surely cannot find that extension cord. The extension cord was in there before. And it's not on the lamp. Byakuya grabbed that one from over here and put it over there. It sure is dark over there. Over where? Well, let's look at the case file again. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. It's gone. Someone take it out of the archive, but the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Okay, so... Is there anything else I should look at here? It's the report on a presidential assassination. It's really intriguing, but if it means I become a target, nope, I'll leave it where it is. Thank you very much. It's a document about the secret council revealing the kind of truth a commoner shouldn't go near, so I guess I better not. Anything new now that we click on it? His case file is going to have to assume Byakuya took it. Alright, so I think that's it. And I can't... Yeah. Alright, maybe there's something in the library itself. Like, if he was sitting here, I should be able to look at this lamp. Nope. That's talking about the... Okay. That's gonna be the shelves. What if I go higher? Because there's obviously some things here. I keep clicking the same thing, which doesn't make any sense. Ah, there we go. Had to get the right angle. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But the last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But that extension cord is gone. There's no extension cord here. Now, I wonder if... Library desk lamp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Nice. Alright, now. Let's see if I can leave. Okay. Yes. Now let's see if we can talk to Celeste. She is on the first floor, right? Yes. Okay. Let's go warp there. Alright. Now, let's go to the warehouse. How do we get there? Over here. Okay. This is stock room of all of the food. Okay, yeah. I've been here before. Let's see what Celeste has to say. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you and only...
Actually...
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But at least one person did know. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carry, which would mean to me the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Okay, but where? Where did the killer get rid of it? Can we talk to Celeste again?
Actually, indeed.
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh,
Are you
wonder if I
planning
can-
what?
Because I can see a blue.
Oh,
I
well.
want to get out of this conversation. Nothing new.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Okay, so where would the track jacket and duffel bag be? Would it be in here somewhere? Well, let's look. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. Towels, jackets. Looks like they've got put together a good collection of school equipment. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. Alright. That's just a monitor. Nothing there. Alright. I really need to find out where the jacket was. Where would it have been hidden? Would it be in the garbage, maybe? What about in the lockers? Isn't this the fridge Sayek had mentioned? I don't see anything noteworthy. Nothing back here. Okay. Let's leave the area. So where to now? Oops. Where to now, I wonder? We gotta figure out where that jacket was. Well, okay, let's go talk to Hina. Maybe she knows something. Alright. She's in the dining room. Or the dining hall, I believe. Let's see. Do you know anything? Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. She just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack, so I left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Yeah. Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Oh no, I didn't find the jacket.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
No, I want to
It's the
investigate
moment
more.
you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
I don't know about waiting
You
for it.
remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Ugh. It's about to begin. Red door's right through there. Don't want to begin. I don't know if I had an option. It would have been nice if I had an option. So everyone is ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Toko's not here.
Huh?
And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Uh-oh. And just like that, and just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I just told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would just drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. This one's not as obvious. I think I know. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you.
Hey, come on.
Toko, man, what's got her so worked up? There's something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. You ready? We doing this?
Well, then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on the weaker individual.
Shall we go?
Great. What does Takumi have to say?
How very
Miss
sad.
Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it will work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? Alright. I guess we go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this?
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds, deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. I hope we got enough evidence. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's just get this over with.
Very
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills,
Everyone,
chills,
please find your
kills.
assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Yes, but we're going to do it in a empty slot in case I have to go back and get more information. Alright, let's look in the handbook. Let's look at our truth books. So we've got the Monokuma file, which says the time of death was around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. Cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. The dumbbell was found on the floor of the girls' locker room, had a significant amount of blood on it. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook card over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls. It is not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending your handbook is a violation of school regulations. The handbook of each student that died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall, and one of the handbooks found in the main hall had been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it is assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. Suspected genocide jack victims include Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, and Shoji Gaka, among countless others. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at each scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls at the school even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing, which we never found. Chihiro's body has been suspended and her hands bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain has since inexplicably been inexplicably scrubbed away. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Okay, so that's all of that. Let's just take a peek at the regulations, the new one. So, if guilty, okay. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. The guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people during any single killing game. Additional school regulations may be added as necessary. Okay. Set skills? What can I do? Can I do anything? Oh. It increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Okay. Can I do both of them? I guess I can. Okay. Oh, okay, so I have 14 I can use. Okay, so this is like equipping my skills, I guess. Alright. Nice. Alright, so I think we're ready.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Alright. First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. I feel like that's obvious. Make your argument. Locker room dumbbell. Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yep.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Okay.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nope.
Interesting.
Oh, I missed it. I'm gonna have
That
to do
certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Alright, now how do I fast forward again? The weapon had to be at the scene of the crime. There was something with a blood stain on it.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
I forgot.
It appears it was a head wound.
How do I fast forward? Space key. No, I don't want to slow it down. Hold down control. Okay.
According to the Monokuma file,
What kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
I still
it
missed
certainly
it?
would make...
Poor Chihiro.
Alright. I gotta do it again.
Chihiro's
Alright.
fate. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file,
The killer... What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
no, that's wrong.
Alright.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yep.
You looked at her head wound?
Well, of course.
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Oh no, this is
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines. So think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh no. Alright, make your argument. Genocide Jack case file. Alright. I don't know. I don't remember what my difficulty said.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Okay, this is a weird one. The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive. One look at that and everyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Oh,
Hey, so,
okay.
speaking of Genocide, I don't know who that is!
Maybe I gotta have that silencer on. Okay. Let me try that
The
again.
culprit is Genocide. Case closed.
But that,
Why?
well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. So yeah, I had to hold down my right mouse while I clicked it.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Of course you want to forget about
More
it.
importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Alright, so the other characteristics of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. So how the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Okay.
No fucking way!
Well, I guess we'll
You're
see.
saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie! What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
One with a
Is
split
Toko
personality.
Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko, the answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yes. Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm spelling. I don't know what I'm spelling. It's gotta be a vowel, right? No. What am I trying to even spell? Is it a C? Okay. Okay. Now I know what I'm spelling. Took me a bit on that one. Oh, come on. There we go. That took
Now
longer
I
than
understand.
expected.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yep.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yep.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss
Kinda
Fukawa is...
obvious.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Oh. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? And then all that creepy laughing. Yeah, she must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Yep.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
That's true too.
In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Indeed.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yeah.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Okay.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh no.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This
so
is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless.
She's
what a
secretly
disappointment.
Serial killer.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
Oh no.
You don't mean...
Genocide Jack. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second... a totally different person. Oh, man.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Oh,
what the fuck is this?
Toko!
Crazy.
What happened to you?
Not Toko! That's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality!
Oh,
So
man.
what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
I don't think so.
She's so intense.
A little bit.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
It's gonna be interesting. I wonder if the second rule, that rule where you can't kill more than 2 people, is going to come into play. Alright, so this is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Indeed.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Crazy.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
But now everybody
Well,
knows that.
let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Maybe.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Yeah, I kind of think that's right.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but there's something still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Alright. Make your argument. What do we got? Status of the dead body. What was that? I don't remember. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it
What
doesn't.
more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, so I think... Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. That should prove what he said isn't quite right. That's correct.
Sorry, but I...
You say that, but you...
Perhaps if you had an... Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
And he took the book to be able to
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same?
They're not.
I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide
There
Jack
is.
cases and this one.
Genocide Jack stabbed everyone.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Yep.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Okay.
This is no creation of mine.
It's not stabbed for sure. It's
Let me
blood
rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yes. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with
a
pair of scissors.
Yep.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yep.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
You're just a little crazy.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
None of hers were tied up. They were stabbed through the wrists with the scissors. Yeah. What was used to suspend her?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Uh-huh.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Extension cable.
Specifically,
the scissors.
pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Yeah.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Oh yeah, she didn't kill girls.
Big Mac?
Right?
Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each
They're all
Genocide
guys,
Jack
because
case.
These are romance. I bet those were guys.
There's
that,
a pattern there, just
yeah,
waiting to be
guys that
discovered.
she got rejected for, I bet.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Because she's not a guy. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
She only killed
In
guys.
all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Kin Harada. Yeah, I just didn't recognize it because I don't know foreign names like that, but I guess they're all guy names.
They were all guys?
Yep.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Okay.
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
What are you gonna come up with now, Bianca? Yeah?
Lowly, curt,
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
For real.
That does make some amount of sense.
Of course it does. She was praying.
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Really?
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
But Chihiro also
Are you
is
sure about that?
Oh yeah, they're in the sewing kits, right?
Da-da-da-da!
Oh, goodness.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
Everyone's getting
I
frustrated.
have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yeah, I think so.
The body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Not true.
Yeah.
Byakuya knew.
That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Yep. Alright, so... where is he? You.
Here's my answer.
Byakuya.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Yep.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Did.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Yep.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Yep.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker room. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker room. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
No.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange about it?
How would you know
Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
How would you know the door's open? There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. We need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. The memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't have an answer or to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Alright. It's intense. Monokuma file number 2. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Alright.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, so how do I identify a weak spot? Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. But it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear. Okay, so was Chihiro really a guy?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but
went
he was
into the
acting
guy-
weird.
If you're presented
That would
with the
explain
opportunity
why
to
she
check
didn't
out
want
the
to.
girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a... So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room
victim
first.
was
There was
Chihiro.
no time for pointless distractions.
what's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. So I need to put it on who was a girl?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was... So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls'
Alright,
locker...
There was
so
no time.
maybe I have
What's
to
so
do it
strange? You
on-
wish you'd taken me with you.
Alright. I gotta do...
So, you said Byak, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural.
Got
The
to
victim
do
was
this.
Chihiro, so, of course, I would suggest we
Okay,
check
so
the...
now
There was
I
no
go
time.
back
What's
through
so
and click
strange? You
that
wish you'd
again.
taken me with you.
Okay. We'll go back
So,
through.
you said Byak, but he was acting...
we'll
If you're
click
presented with the
on
opportunity,
his
that's a
comments.
natural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Huh.
Shoot.
Okay. Alright.
So, you
that's
said
not what
Byak,
we
but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's
need
a
to
natural.
see-
The victim was Chihiro, so, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room...
Oh, wait, I need to check. Okay, so, when a character is talking, some text may appear in yellow. This is their weak spot, and it represents a potential lie or contradiction in their argument. Multiple weak spots may appear, and it's up to you to figure out the right one and attack it, which will allow you to move the trial forward. Okay. Maybe that's not the
There
right...
was no time for pointless...
What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with
Maybe
you.
it was her. Maybe it was...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body, but he was
Okay.
acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
Okay.
that's a
Oh, he
Natural
wouldn't have
reaction
known
for
that-
any guy.
He
The
wouldn't have known it
victim was
Chihiro.
Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, he wouldn't have known it was Chihiro before he went in the locker room.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
That makes
Because
sense.
up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
That's
I
right.
see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
Is it?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Uh-oh. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with
What's the
him.
matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Make your argument. Alright. Library desk lamp. Yeah, it didn't have the extension cord. Okay. So,
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there
the
must be
extension cord.
something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
incorrect. It's the extension cord.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Yep.
What? An extension cord?
Use it every night.
You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Yep, because it was being used to hang up
And there's
Chihiro.
no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Exactly.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Nope.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Well, yeah.
Is that about right?
Nope. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Okay.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still.
But that's not how he
There's
did
something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean, can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. It's the scene of the crime.
got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
True.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Because you swapped it.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
Yes.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
Yes.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yes.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Uh-oh. Alright, evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. It was the mats. Boys' locker room. Well, there's the locker room posters. Okay, so... yeah, let's mention
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Yeah.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boy's locker room.
It's not the only proof we have.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yeah.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yep.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yep.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
But it wasn't. No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away, it was moved. So, boys' locker room carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Yep.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Yep.
Then,
that's why they were
does
swapped.
that mean? But why would anyone do that?
Because the boys' locker
To
room
move the murder scene
had
from one
blood
locker
on
room
it.
to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Yep.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Not sure about
No,
that.
she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Okay, make your argument. What do we have? Broken e-handbook. Okay, so this is Leon's handbook.
Is it really possible?
I don't know why she would have
Could
done
Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
it. Yes.
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back to that.
Shoot!
Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, I'm getting low on hearts.
Is it really
Alright,
possible?
let's
Could
skip
Chihiro really...
ahead.
Ah! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah.
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Alright, so. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there was no doubt that it was. In which case, can we really say that she used it?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really...
Okay,
She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been...
No, I don't... She used the thing... Huh?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Okay,
No,
but his
that's
handbook
wrong.
is broken, so she couldn't have.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Yep.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want,
they
and
didn't
you'd be
loan it.
safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Alright.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Right?
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
I must have missed some evidence. Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else
Hold
they
on a
could do.
second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room,
Well,
right?
she was a boy.
So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Yeah.
what?
She was a boy.
What What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Indeed.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
All right.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
I'm curious.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Indeed. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... Alright.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Alright, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
Alright.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action?
Oh,
is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
What are we going to find? Putting her hands together in a brief pair, Sakura then began to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Yep.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
A guy.
Is a boy.
Yep.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
You're joking, right?
No.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, she's pissed.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Oh, man.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
I still don't know.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
I want to check the report card afterwards.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
That explains why he didn't want to work out with Sakura and Hina.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Byakuya is sweating now.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Oh, man.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Yep.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Yep, because they were both
Chihiro
working
really
fine.
was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Have they?
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting.
Maybe that's
This
wrong,
has
though.
become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own
Well,
little
could
world.
be.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I mean, I don't know
without
anything.
a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah, something seems off.
think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Right?
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Yeah.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
Yep.
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
So who discovered...
Are you fucking with us right
who
now?
discovered that it was...
No, I am not effing with you right now.
that he
I'm
was
telling you the
guy?
truth.
I wonder.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
I feel like it's gotta be a guy,
Well,
right?
I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of
We're
ideas.
seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Okay, you're being mighty
No,
sus
I'm
now.
with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then.
Yeah, he's being
I'm with
very
you too.
suspicious now.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
All right.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Who was it? But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leo's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Alright. What? Celeste's account. That was the one about the duffel bag. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Yeah.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah?
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer!
No, that's wrong!
Celeste saw it. She's not a guy.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
Yep.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Nope.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry?
Right.
Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Okay.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Who would he have
Enough
trusted?
so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Do I?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Uh-oh.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Who would it be then?
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Alright.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
Okay.
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Alright.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Maybe?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Alright. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Uh-oh. So what are we going to talk about now? Do I have a truth bullet? Celeste's account. Okay. So let's see.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
Okay.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Maybe?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Okay, now I'm really confused.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Oh, wait.
So next we have to ask,
Did we say the color?
why did he choose the specific tracksuit?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that. It matched the one the culprit was.
So, what you're the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay, so I
don't
can't...
exercising.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that really help us?
No way.
Alright, so I think
Not a
maybe
chance.
I have to get a weekend argument.
First of all, we know he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Nope. Okay. Okay, so that's not right. What's the contradiction?
First of all, we know where Chihiro.
He was on his way, so next we have. Why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that. It matched the one the culprit.
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
Cause exercising.
I have a white tracksuit. I got it from the warehouse, if you must.
Did any of that really help us?
I don't
way.
know.
Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
First of all, he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing my tracksuit.
Cause exercising.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
No? Okay.
Shoot!
Okay. I am confused. Alright.
First of all, we know where Chihiro.
He was on his way, so next week.
Why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that. It
I'm
matched the one the
confused.
culprit
What
was
would it
wearing.
So, what you're the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay.
I don't even have a cause exercising.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Shoot!
What is the contradiction? I am confused. I'm gonna end up
First of all,
losing
we
this.
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific?
What do you mean, the specific track?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one the culprit.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't cause exercise.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that really help us?
No way.
Alright,
Not a chance.
I'm gonna try hitting the first statement.
First of all,
Mondo.
he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the?
I got it! It matched the one that.
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so that was the wrong piece? Alright, let's see.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
A tracksuit. Yeah. She didn't say the color.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Alright, yeah.
So why
That's what I
did you
thought.
say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
No, she only talked to
The
Makoto.
only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color
Oh,
Chihiro's
bye-bye,
tracksuit
Mondo.
was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No,
man.
that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Yeah, I didn't.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's
Right?
the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Oh man, this was a total like
So,
blind
how
spot.
about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh,
He
man.
walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
It was 2 a.m. Yeah, she stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Yep.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
Yep.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
And she did it.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Oh, let's
But
hear.
why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh,
Once
yeah,
I picked
yeah.
up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Oh yeah.
You noticed such a tiny
I didn't
detail?
notice that, but now in hindsight, I remember
Are you a
that.
witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
She's
No,
the ultimate
I'm not the frightful
mystery
one.
solver.
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Yep, because he was weak. You didn't want your
Mondo,
secret to come out.
was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Oh man.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn
Well,
criminal?
Acting, and you
We
act
would never
like
do
one.
something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's
Is
true.
it?
My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Uh-oh.
My
Oh
time
yeah,
has
he did
nearly
say
come.
he had a secret
That's
weapon.
what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you
Yeah,
found some
what was
evidence?
the evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Well, let's hear it.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook.
So
I
it's
found it
Chihiro's
laying on the ground, so
handbook,
I
right?
scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Maybe.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Or
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
both. Okay, now Leon and Chihiro.
You're
handbooks
right.
both broke?
They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And now two were
And
broken.
yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting
Which
useless in the main
means
hall.
The culprit can be a
For
girl.
all your confidence, That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Indeed.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. So it's by hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
they were by the same
Then we can
thing.
only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Oh well.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
No.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
So they went to the sauna.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Right.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried.
Okay, so
that layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Right.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
So someone went to the sauna?
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Right.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
Who took their handbook?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
The one who, wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo. It was still Mondo, right?
Here's my answer.
He wore all his clothes into the sauna.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
Yeah.
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah, and Mondo wore all his clothes.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Yep.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Yeah?
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill...
Sorry to break up the bromance.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
This world is crumbling now. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay, what did we find? Let's see. The card reader, Chihiro's key handbook, the broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Okay.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, then it will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be Leon. Oh, okay.
Let's test
So
Makoto's
that's gonna
assertion.
be the broken
If what
handbook.
he says is correct, then Mondo...
How do I change the bullet? I forgot. Press the left, loading. Move the mouse wheel up or down to select the truth bullet. Okay. So let's see. Broken e-handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh, I missed it.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Go back around.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own hand. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, I gotta put the silencer on because that
Let's
text
test if
away.
what he said you broke your own.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look, Makoto was wrong.
Alright,
Mondo
keep
wouldn't hurt a
missing it.
fly.
Maybe I'm gonna have to slow it down a bit.
Let's test if
try it
what
one
he
more
said
time.
you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No,
that's wrong.
Leon works just fine.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
Yes.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
Right.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
And Leon didn't go into the
So
sauna.
then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Right.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
Yep.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well,
was fine.
Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
That's right.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
All right.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
It is.
What's wrong,
Leon,
bro?
Isn't it?
Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning.
handbook and see.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
All right. So, this is the comic book thing. All right. So now I forget. How do we? Let me look and remember. Okay. So you'll find the lined up. It's your job to use these panels to fill in the mixing sections. Hold down. Okay. If you target empty section, okay, so we just have to left click it. So Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse with a duffel bag, and what happened? and saw that, right? Okay. And then what happened here? There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. You have to have your e-handbook, right? Okay. And then, which locker room did Chihiro go into? The boys, right? Does that say boys? I think that says boys. I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, okay. So it wasn't the girls. It's gotta be the boys. I think that says boys. Okay. And... Alright, the weapon the killer used was a dumbbell. Okay. Alright, as murder took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? Alright, that was the poster, right? Right. Right there. Okay. And to disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. That was the posters. It's gonna be that one, right? Okay. Alright. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls' locker room. Alright. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. Let me make sure that I got that other one right. What did that say? Disguise the truth. Yeah, okay. So, killer switched around the poster. Okay, yeah, and then what was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? It could only have been the electrical cords. The extension cable. Okay. And then when Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? He used this, right? He wrote the name of the bloodthirst or whatever. Where did the killer go after they were done? The sauna. Where's the sauna? I haven't come across the sauna yet. It's on this side. Is that the sauna? Is that maybe? That looks like a locker room. But let's see. When the handbook got thrown in the sauna room, what happened to it? It stopped working. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's see if that did it.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yep.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Yeah, because that was the only time that he could work out.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Yep.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Okay. Oops. Okay, so this one, there's something everyone has to need to get into the locker room. Is that? Because nothing else makes sense, right? Okay, I mean...
The killer is... you!
That's very subtle. Alright, so...
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
One picture of the e-handbook versus another.
She made her way to the locker room.
Who's to tell?
Specifically, the boys' locker room.
I'm glad you don't have to do the
But
whole
how
thing
could the
over
victim,
again.
who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yep. With
Simple.
The,
because she was really a he.
Yep.
Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Alright, that makes sense.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm bad at this. Alright, so what goes here? The weapon the killer used was what? Okay, well it had to be that. Nothing else makes sense. Okay.
The killer is you!
Alright, so yeah.
Once inside, he met with...
Yeah, so it has to be the dumbbell that he was,
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Yep. Oh man.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
So he rolled up everything.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet.
Yep.
Then, removing the bloody poster.
And taking it to the
And
girls'
finally
locker
carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
Yep.
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Because we had two perfectly available
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Yep.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Which seems super secure.
And that's exactly how the killer did it.
Yep.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
Alright, so
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Yeah.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body
How
and
did he
decided
discover
to
the body?
intervene in the situation,
That's what I'd
making
like
things
to know.
even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene,
Which I don't see
he
how
went and
it
grabbed the
happened.
extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Maybe he just wanted to call out Toko.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene
This
of
one
the
is
crime.
super messed up.
He
There's so
wanted
many
to create the
secrets come out
illusion
of
that
this.
Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Alright.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
Yep,
There,
destroy
they planned to destroy the last piece of
handbook.
evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Yep.
And
Sort
just
it
as
out.
the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
Yep.
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the
Right.
reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Correct.
And that's how it all played out.
Mondo.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
But why? Why did you do it?
Wait! No,
No,
this can't be right! Where's your evidence?
they were bros.
Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof!
Is he the one that's not going to listen?
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
He's not going to listen. Evidence that Mondo is the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Of course. Let's talk a bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push Right mouse button, left mouse button, right mouse button, left mouse button, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Negatime that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Negatime during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. So if you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Negatime. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. So let's get this. He's the one that's going to be stubborn.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
Alright. Did we get it? Oh, I failed. Okay, I gotta review that, how that works. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Uh-oh, have we already come to the end of the debate? Alright. So I gotta retry that. I keep forgetting how to do that. I'm gonna have to review. Alright.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yeah, let's give it another
I refuse to give up yet!
Alright, I thought I was doing okay. Oh, do I gotta alternate? I gotta alternate, don't I? Alright, no, I don't need to hear... I thought I just said no. Oh well, I must have said yes by accident. Alright, come on. I wanna look at the controls. Alright, let's get into it. Can I... Okay, let's see. During a bullet time battle, you will take damage to your influence gauge whenever your opponent's statements explode. If this gauge reaches 0, you will fail the case. This indicates the current tempo, and you'll have to press buttons in rhythm. Failing to hit a statement in time will count as a miss. If you're able to keep up with the rhythm, you can eventually perform a combo. Get your combos past a certain level, and the rhythm will change, resulting in a tempo up. If you keep missing, that will result in tempo down. Lock on, right mouse button. As you continue to match the rhythm, you will have a chance to lock onto an enemy statement. At this point, press right mouse button to lock on. Attack once you're locked onto a statement. Okay, so I do. Okay, I gotta alternate. I gotta right click to target and left click to attack. Press the tab key in time with your current rhythm to reload your bullets. Each button press will reload one bullet. If your difficulty is set to kind, you will not have to reload. Fever time is space. Okay. Okay. So I gotta. Okay, so I think that was the mistake.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
Alright. Now I'm getting it.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
What am I doing?
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
Alright.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Alright. I think I got the hang of that. I'm gonna forget next time, I'm sure, but...
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
Right, correct.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
It should pull up with your name.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah.
I admit.
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Now we'll get to hear why. How did we do? Okay, so we got an A. Not bad. Got some coins. Nice.
Bro, what are you saying?
Totally crushed.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
All right.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Well, it's time to face
Roger
the
that.
music. He's
Wait!
so happy.
Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on.
Oh, man.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Uh-oh.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Let's see. Let's see what's happening. Mondo. Oh no. What's gonna happen to him?
What?
This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? I think his brain has exploded. Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key and fast forward the text. Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen this or that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. That complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be a good idea to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him exercise from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But...
how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Uh-oh. Is this Mondo's secret? The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Oh, man. Mondo, the ultimate bike gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started thinking about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time, no matter what, I gotta
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... his brother saved him. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. Sorry, I messed up. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. So that's where he got that from. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would... You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had, so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you with me right now? Are you messing with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why
you!
did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Just shut up. Go ahead. Say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Oh no. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution? So if Leon got hit with like 8,000 baseballs, what's gonna happen to Mondo, the head of a bike game?
Well
now,
now,
what I
well now,
promised
well
you,
now.
right? The Blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished?
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
Oh man. For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh man. I said wait! Poor Taka, he's
Sorry,
not
man.
having a good day of it.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
What's the punishment going to be? Sorry, Mondo. What's your punishment going to be? Uh-oh. We got a motorcycle and a cage match. Are you gonna keep going until, I don't even know, the cage of death? I wonder what's gonna happen. Like the punishments make you feel sorry for the guy. Is it gonna like, uh-oh. I wonder what's gonna happen. Just like G-forces. Oh, it's electrified? Maybe? It's just going really fast. Oh man. It vaporized him? Like he's like not even there anymore? Ew. Gross. That's disgusting. That is messed up, man. Messed up. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. I don't think so. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. That's a pretty tormented cry there. I think something is breaking in Taka. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. He, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except
However,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? You made me feel like I was missing so much evidence, Guy.
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack and Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene?
But
man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point, of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. But I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair, it's my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Man, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtains closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell and had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
Oh?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie.
Who is that?
Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Is that a specific person, I wonder? There's one thing I'd like to ask.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied, because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
I don't know who that guy is. Oh, that's a weird scene there. Alright. I guess we're done with chapter 2. Down to 10. Man. Well, that was epic. Crazy diamond present. Okay. Yep. Let's save. Sniff, sniff. What is that?
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to
become blackened? Maybe? Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donuts, donut holes, malasadas? Never heard of that.
Okay.
I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. She's a bit obsessed with donuts. Sniff, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule, but right now donuts are absolutely necessary.
Huh?
What is this?
Huh?
What's that sound? Sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
I'm super scared, but is someone there? Oh man. A next generation legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. Okay. That should be interesting. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Everyone met up in the dining hall, just like always, and I expected to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kind of sucks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up, and I haven't seen Miss Ashahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today. That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy, which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then?
So it's just the 7 of us then? It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not? Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. He looks like his brain has just imploded upon itself. One look at his face showed he hasn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. The two of them had become so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished, and nothing he could do about it, I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Well...
So I mean, what's going to happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along, and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here, we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, is our current situation not demon angel, pretty, pudgy princess?
Huh?
What? Huh?
Here we go!
Maggie, the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, cat girl, dog boy, Robo-Justice, the galactic king, and what I mean is there's no Tootie here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such base desires to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well, anyway, since Taka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So we're all going to work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right,
Well, I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be new places for us to investigate.
Yeah,
that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this
Well,
time.
then.
Then, once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problems with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me and so I appeared!
Genocide?
What?
Nobody called for you. What the? How come it's Genocide Jill and not Toko?
Yes!
This place is just amazing. Finally, a place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with the split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. That crazy laugh, I swear. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. I can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. Crazy girl. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Alright. Nice. And I think that is a good place to stop it for the day. So I hope that you had a good time watching this episode 5 of Danganronpa. We will start the next episode with figuring out how to, or what new areas opened up. Was it the 3rd floor? I don't know. So we'll find that out next time. And until then, have a good rest of your day. Bye.